Hello everyone, so upon seeing Red Sparrow across the internet lately, it has been released in cinemas since March 10th, but I managed to see it online and I absolutely fell in love with her ballerina look at the start of the movie, and basically her headwear with the red leaves, etc. As you can see, mine are more black, but I did manage to find some red nail polish. I basically had to pluck the petals from a fake black rose and just pin them down to my hair. Then, well, I painted them on the table first, but then I went ahead and pinned them to my head and just pinned them down even flatter, so it looks like a crown. And I obviously do have the bun as well, the ballerina bun, a very typical ballerina bun. So obviously cutting through my base using some foundation first, and then I am going in with my NYX Wonder Stick as a concealer, and I'm going to be blending that out with my beauty sponge, and then we can get on with the rest of the makeup. So then I was using some of my my Match Perfect from Rimmel just to set under the eyes to begin with, and then the same powder, just this large ass powder brush to set the rest of my face. Then I will be taking some of this vanilla cream shade from the Dominique Cosmetics palette. It's a banana yellow shade. It is perfect for highlighting under the under eyes and just to further set it. I do also take this into the middle of my forehead and pretty sure down the bridge of my nose as well. So now with brows, I am choosing to take mine exactly the same as Jennifer Lawrence's brows, basically very high-ish, but very thin and pencil-like, and she does have like a slight curve at the tail of it like everybody else does, but basically she has a very thin pencil-shaped brow, basically no wider than the width of my pencil that I'm using. So then just taking a few spurts of some hair serum just to soften up the primer that I'm using. I am also using my Deluxe Crisp brush from Real Techniques just to spread the primer all around and evenly, ready for eyeshadows. Then I'm setting over with some of the Match Perfect powder again. So now I'm taking some of Island Glow from the Remix palette. I specifically went in with using my finger because I wanted to make sure that I have a nice strong colour payoff. You can still use a brush if you want, but the colour will be a lot more subtle. I wanted mine to really stand out because as far as I can tell, every time I do a eyeshadow inspired look from somebody else, whether it be celebrity or other YouTuber, the eyeshadow game never seems to be strong enough, so using my fingers just to really pack it on. Then I am taking some of Need You from the Remix palette again. Well, using the palette again, but taking the shade Need You and a smaller end of this ABH brush. I'm not too sure which palette this brush is from, but it's definitely an ABH one. I am taking the Need You shade into the upper crease of my eye. I pretty much have half hooded lids. Jen is known for having completely hooded lids, so anytime her makeup artists obviously make up her face, they would constantly need to take eyeshadow games a lot higher than usual. I mean, that's pretty much the trend nowadays anyway, taking the eyeshadow up a little bit higher, but because Jen has such hooded eyes, where you would normally leave your shadow, she has to take it up higher just so that you can see it. So now I am taking some of this cool contouring shade that I tend to use for my face. I'm taking this into the exact same spot just to darken it up a little bit more, just to make sure that it's nice and obvious, because it's basically meant to be like contouring the inner parts of her nose, like the inner corners, but basically being like a almost considered a cut crease for her eyes. Basically it's just the makeup that she had going on for her wardrobe / costume, not that anyone uses the word costume anymore. So I do go in with a third darker shade after using this shade into the brow bone. I don't remember what this one was called, but I was hoping to keep it on the golds because she had a lot of golds on her eyelid, but it was just a bit too dark, so I do end up erasing that and putting on some of macchiato instead, which is a beautiful shimmery highlight shade. But before that, I do go in with one of the brown shades from the Dominique Cosmetics palette and going back over the crease line one more time just to make sure it's obvious, and I got the shade that I wanted. So now moving on with my Gigi Hadid's Liquid Precision Pen Eyeliner. I am taking this onto the outer corner first drawing on the wing, which goes straight out, not up. Then I am tickling along the upper lash line as thin as I can because my eyes don't completely cover up, when I'm looking wide-eyed. I do still have some lid space, but again, because Jennifer has got very strong hooded lids, they probably would have needed to make her wings line a little bit more obvious. and her eyeliner on the lid as it is, but with me, because I still have some eyelid space, I can still make mine a little bit thin. So then just creating a new inner corner, as you probably would have seen, and then along the lower lash line, but avoiding my waterline. And then with the lower wing, because she had double wing, it is basically a little bit shorter than the top wing. So just retracing over anything that I need to on the first eye. And then obviously I decided to zoom in a little bit more. I'm now drawing the second wing on the second eye, going straight out, and then very lightly drawing a line across my lash line, and then adding a new inner corner, very lightly taking it along the lower waterline, and then of course adding the tail. So then I am taking the white from the Lip Pro palette and using a lip definer brush from XO Beauty. I'm basically taking this into my waterline, basically all the blank spaces, and I'm also making sure that the gap between the wings is obvious. And that is pretty much the eyes done as far as the eyeshadow game. So just curling my lashes up with the Medieval Torture device, and then I will be going in with my Maybelline Lash Sensational. She definitely was not wearing any false lashes, but if you are a lash addict and you need your lashes fixed, then make sure you go in with stupidly natural ones, or ones that look stupidly natural, or maybe just ditch the word stupid and just go for natural ones. But I decided to skip out on false lashes because I really couldn't see any obvious lash game on her. She just basically had mascara on. Her lower lashes were definitely left alone. So now I am going in with Dolce Vita from XO Beauty collection, the newest red lip shade. Jennifer did have quite a bold red lip, a little bit darker, but that's probably because of the filter the movie used, or the editors for the movie used, but she definitely would have had a very bright, she definitely had a lot of orange undertones in her lipstick, so I wasn't far off. So just filling in my lips all the way, and then contouring with the same shade that I used, the second clear shade that I used, which was the cool brown tone from the AC on Tour palette. I am using my paddle brushes to contour my face, just to chisel in a bit, as well as the side of my nose, I'm pretty sure, and my jawline. I think I left my temples alone though. I did choose to bronze up, taking a cooler bronze tone, so with more green undertones, not orange undertones, and using my paddle brush just to warm up my face. Then taking XO Beauty highlighter, which was Aurora. I'm using Lucent as a mirror behind my camera, so taking Aurora, using my fingers to begin with as a natural sheen, but then I do end up going in with Macchiato from the Chris and Dominic palette, or Dominic Cosmetics palette, and basically filling in, using my paddle brush this time, just to fill in the high points of my face, just to give myself an extra beamy highlight. She definitely had a natural glow to the face, but you know, this is real time we're talking about. I'm not in the movie obviously, so going ham with the highlights. Minus the fact that I forgot blush. This is how the completed look. I really enjoyed the movie, so thank you all so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you all for my future videos. Ciao!